Hey guys, Red Panda Mining here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day this video. All right, I want to talk to you guys about what I'm currently mining with my GPUs, and you've probably guessed it, it's Quai. So I was on Zealous predominantly over the past, I don't know, month or so. I did mine Quai in the very beginning for a couple days, and that earned me like a lot of Quai. And so I'm moving back because it looks like Quai has been just continually on a tear. So looks like their buyback mechanism, okay, which I want to explain here in this video here, seems to be working, okay? So yeah, spoiler, all right, I'm moving to Quai. You guys can close the video now and that's it. Actually assuming that a lot of people have actually moved over, for people that are on GPUs have moved over for mining Quai, also for Scrypt as well, and of course for SHA-256, they're Bitcoin miners. People have seen now there's been this price appreciation with Quai, almost 322% over the past month when they moved over to the new SOAP upgrade. I think that was back on December 18th. So it's been more than a month now. And yeah, so positive price action here for Quai, and their buyback system seems to be working, which I want to explain here and go over just a bunch of things and how much they're earning, you know, every day, what's the total revenue since they started, and the Quai that they've burned. We're going to talk about all this in this video and why I've moved my rigs over. I want to explain all that in this video. Okay, so we'll do that right after today's video sponsor, Goatee, your dedicated partner for blockchain mining infrastructure development and a provider of hosting and management services. Right now, they are setting up a deployment in Texas, USA, where they have partnered with a team of oil and gas experts to build and operate gas sites. Goatee offers 1 megawatt increments, scaling to 5 megawatt, 10 megawatt, or even 20 megawatt available sites for hosting. And these 1,000 kilowatt modular data center units can house up to 389 Bitmain miners. Each MDU will be powered by 3 natural gas gensets, energizing its own dedicated panel and connected using Starlink internet. All the deployment work will be done by Goatee, including the installation of the generators, mining containers, cables, internet security, and everything else. Multiple sites available in the United States. Fixed electricity rate if you decide to purchase a megawatt. Your rate would be 3.5 cents kilowatt hour, with another 1 cent kilowatt hour for maintenance for the miners and the gensets. Links and contact information down below if you guys are interested. And tell them Red Panda Mining sent you for a little discount. Check out gogotek.org. Okay, so not a great time probably to record this video when Bitcoin just did a little correction of 2 to 3% here. It's about $96,000 Bitcoin now, down to 92 as of recording. But Quai hasn't really had much of a correction if you look at it here. Maybe a penny or so over the past 24 hours. But looking at it overall, okay, over the past month, it's had a pretty good rise here, over 320% over the past month. So anyone that's been mining since the very beginning, and maybe, you know, since they have a 2-week delay for their payments, okay, when you're mining Quai, you get the first payment day 2 weeks later. Okay, so for anyone that's been mining over the past couple of weeks and you've been getting your payments, you've been noticing that, oh, maybe since, you know, beginning of January all the way up until the second week of January, what you mined in the beginning of January has now doubled in price. Okay, and maybe since the second week of January up until now, you're also noticing a price appreciation of what you mined prior. So why is that? Why has Quai been pumping? So let me explain here as to what is happening for anyone that doesn't understand. We did do a how-to video about this before, but I'll read it again here. Quai's network subsidized open market acquisition protocol called SOAP redefines traditional merge mining by turning external mining subsidies into continuous buy pressure for Quai, enhancing both security and token economics. All right, so how does SOAP work? All right, so instead of paying parent chain rewards, for example, Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin or Dogecoin directly to the miners, SOAP routes 100% of the parent chain's Coinbase output to a protocol-controlled address, okay, which I do want to show you guys later on. I do want to go through, for an example, Ravencoin about the protocol addresses. But the second part here, that address sells the parent chain tokens on the open market and uses the proceeds to buy Quai. And then the purchased Quai, that Quai is purchasing, is then either burned permanently or allocated to a time-locked staking rewards, creating deflationary pressure and incentivizing long-term holding. So this is why, okay, Quai has been going up here. And over the past, let's say, month or so, there's been a total revenue of $750,000 in terms of, I guess, buyback pressure, you would say. In terms of the Quai that's been burned, you can see here it's almost 13 million Quai, which is about $1.3 million worth now. Now, you may be asking, how come the total revenue is less than the total Quai burned? Now, don't quote me on this. I'm thinking the Quai that they've been purchasing back down here was yielding a lot more Quai, and so the calculation is much higher because Quai's price has been climbing. So don't quote me on that. I believe that's how it works. If not, you guys can let me know down below. But for all the people that are mining Quai right now, the 24-hour revenue right now is $44,000. Now, that's a drop in the bucket in terms of other proof of work networks out there, for their emissions, like Bitcoin, which is $38 million, a day. Dogecoin's at $1.74 million a day. Bitcoin Cash is $274,000 a day. Monero's at $283,000 a day, and so on and so forth. You can see a bunch of the other networks are quite large. Kaspa, $126,000 a day in emissions. But with Quai here, they're at $44,000 a day. So is Quai going to continue to climb here in terms of their price? Right now, I think the price market cap, they're at $78 million market cap. So pretty low. And if this is a sign that, that they're maybe continuing to climb here and the buy pressure that they're attaining here, because all the Kapow hash rate here. Okay, so this is how it works. There's 3 different proof of work networks that Quai is mining simultaneously. All right, so there's Kapow, which is for Ravencoin, SHA-256, this is for Bitcoin Cash, and then they have Scrypt here for mainly Dogecoin. So if we scroll down here, you can actually see the block rewards that have been found by the miners that are mining on these networks. All right, so on mining pool stats, I'm on Kapow here, and then there's also Scrypt. You can see the pools that are supported, and also Bitcoin, SHA-256. Just a quick thing, I am on alphapool.tech. I am on this pool right now, mining with all of my 178HXs. I have 3.8 gigahash worth of hash rate. Sorry, 4 gigahash now, it says. And so this is the pool here, alphapool.tech. I think you guys should definitely try it out. I love the user interface here on AlphaMine's pool. AlphaMine, shout out to you, my friend. And you can see all my GPUs, the hash rate that I'm getting, shares, even the blocks that I found. All of my 178HXs have found Quai blocks, which is pretty cool. So it looks like I'm yielding, but it looks like my next reward unlock is going to be in 13 days and 14 hours as of recording. So yeah, there's a 2-week delay until you get this day's payment, okay, if that makes sense. So maybe, and this is why I'm mining Quai, maybe in 2 weeks, this might be worth double if, let's say, Quai went to 20 cents or something. I'm not saying it's going to go there, but that's the speculation, that's the gamble that I am attempting here, because over the past month, I did not think Quai would be going up, this much, 323% over the past month. So their buyback pressure here seems to be working. Okay, so there's a good amount of people that are mining Kapow, Scrypt, and also SHA-256. I mean, if you go to hashrate.no, when you go to GPUs, Quai is normally at the top of the charts. When you go to ASIC miners like Bitcoin ASICs or even, Scrypt ASICs, Quai is at the top of the charts and has been over the past month. So there's been a hash rate rise on all 3 networks, on Kapow, on Scrypt, on SHA-256. So the blocks here, I've been following some of these blocks just to see, a contract address, I guess, essentially, some of these addresses that are hitting the blocks. And I believe each of these pools is one of the contract address blocks. So you can actually see here for Kapow, if we go to Ravencoin on mining pool stats and you scroll down, or actually you can see here 50% is unknown, which is going to be all of the, I guess, these the Quai, Kapow pools. Okay, if you scroll down here, you can actually see the contract addresses here. Look at this for Quai. All right, look at this one has 11.9%. Okay, it's been finding 119 blocks over the past 1,000 blocks. We got another address here, WinW. Another one here ending in B5, 85 blocks. So you can see here, right? The unknown blocks that are being hit are from these addresses. Okay, not from the Ravencoin pools initially, but these other ones here, okay, that are not labeled, okay, which pretty much equals, I'm going to say 50% unknown, all right? So yeah, you can see, you know, all these pools are hitting pretty good amount of blocks, and that shows on soap.quai's website here. Okay, you can actually see the Ravencoin blocks are being hit, even the Bitcoin Cash blocks that are being hit. And also, let's see if there's a Dogecoin one here. Let me just see Bitcoin Cash, a lot of Bitcoin Cash. Ah, there it is. Dogecoin and a Litecoin block here. Look at that. Dogecoin, 10,000 Dogecoin. That's $1,269. Nice. Litecoin, $450 block there. All right. So yeah, I mean, this is a lot of money. You can actually see the revenue per chain here. Okay, look at that. $166,000 Ravencoin, $321,000 Bitcoin Cash, $32,000 Litecoin, and $230,000 of Dogecoin. So total revenue $750,000 for Quai since they all started this back in September 18th. And total blocks mined is 9,616 blocks across all chains, which is pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. That's what I wanted to show you guys here. And yeah, I'm mining Quai on all my GPUs now, so I will update you guys in 2 weeks time. I'm curious what Quai's price would be in that time. Okay, we'll update you guys, but let's see if it can keep up with the buyback pressure. And maybe I'm assuming here over the past 4 or 5 days here, there's maybe been some sell pressure, but at the same time, there's been buy pressure as well. So maybe it's going to, you know, teeter-totter here for a while, but maybe ultimately it's going to keep ramping up here. But who knows? I guess it really depends on if everybody is, you know, selling, right? And the 24-hour revenue, the emissions, which again, there's a 2-week delay. How much of that is, you know, how many people are actually selling their Quai or maybe waiting for higher market cap, right? Higher price appreciation of Quai, right? It could, what if Quai went to 200 million market cap, 500 million market cap, you know, $1 billion market cap? What's not to say eventually that could happen? That would be insane if that happened. And that would be very interesting against Ravencoin. Poor Ravencoin. I guess the sell pressure on Ravencoin is quite detrimental over the past month. Doesn't look to be too bad, but it looks like it's been kind of going up here, but then going down. Bitcoin Cash over the past month doesn't seem to be phased by it as well. So I don't think the $44,000 must be a drop in the bucket against the volume on the other networks, you know, Bitcoin Cash. Definitely a drop in the bucket on Scrypt, Dogecoin Litecoin, and then Kapow for Ravencoin. Okay, my friends, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys mining Quai? Has it been great for you? I think it has been. I've definitely been watching a lot of people that moved on to Scrypt, and their earnings, especially they mined over the past couple of weeks, almost double, if not more, during this time and since the price appreciation has happened. Okay, let me know your guys' thoughts. Have a good one. Peace out.